Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Hashem Akarkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. So shalom to the Akim out there. And this is another sit-down lesson for In the News, another news article about to bring out on this October 26, 2022 at 11:41 p.m. Central Standard Time on this Wednesday night. And this is from abcnews.go.com. And it says, by the Associated Press on October 26, 2022 at 6:56 p.m. Eastern Time. And the highlight of this news article when it reads for In the News, it says Syria reports Israeli airstrike on targets in Damascus area. Syrian state media says Israeli airstrikes have target sites in the vicinity of Damascus, marking the third such attack in a week. Damascus, Syria. Israeli airstrikes target in the vicinity of Damascus early Thursday, marking the third such strike in a week, the Syrian state media report. The Syrian military said that Israeli missiles were fired at a post near Damascus around 12:30 a.m. At the time, its air defense has confronted the missile aggression and downed most of them. There were no casualties reported. The attack follows similar strikes Friday and Monday Rare's daytime airstrike wounding a soldier, according to the Syrian army. The strike Friday was the first such attack since September 17, when the attack on Damascus International Airport and nearby posts south of the Syrian capital, killing 5 soldiers during that span of time. It says the Israeli army did not release a statement on the strikes. Israel has carried out hundreds of strikes on targets inside the government-controlled part of Syria in recent years, but rarely acknowledged or discussed the operations. Israel has acknowledged, however, that it target base of the Iranian allied militant groups such as Lebanon's Hezbollah, which has sent thousands of fighters to support Syrian President Bashar al-Assad forces. The Israeli strikes comes amending a wide shadow war between Israel and Iran. The attacks on airports in Damascus and Aleppo over fears there were being used to funnel Iranian weaponry into the country. So this been like the third straight barrage of attacks of missiles, strikes from the Israeli aggression in Syria, in that region. 11:44 called Law Yabashim Shai. So this is an increase of a prime example of rumors of wars heating up. Mark 13:7. This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end shall not be yet. Right, because you're going to see more similar stories like this of the nations rising up against one another. Because as it was mentioned, and I just read through the last part of the article, it was saying that since you got facilities over there in Syria, which is potentially backed by Iran, and in previous wars, Iran potentially sent Hezbollah, and Iran potentially sent, Hezbollah of Lebanon sent potentially soldiers to protect the president Assad and his regime in that region, and Israel been attacking those regions that's facilitized by an Iranian back and potentially of Hezbollah as well too, So that's why Israel and Iran cannot get along with one another, because Israel still look at Iran as a big threat to them and to their allies as well too. That's why you're seeing the tension starting to increase more and more and more between Israel and Iran, And I'm gonna go to verse 8. Mark 13 and 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and trouble. These are the beginning of sorrows, right? Because these are the beginning, increasing stages of sorrows of these nations rising up against one another, and it's gonna escalate to something very heavy between these different nations and different kingdoms. Got this intense hostility towards one another as well too. You're gonna have it nations fighting over territories, areas which is occupied by certain different groups or different factions. You're gonna see that increase as well too. Economic wars, political wars, agenda wars, straight to the point type wars. So it's gonna be in many different categories of nations having hostility towards one another, and many different categories can relate to as war, Like I mentioned, like fighting over territory, or it could be economics, or oil, or soil. So, so it's gonna increase more and more and more between the nations and different kingdoms as well too. And the proxy wars and the commotions of wars as well too. And this is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye should hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by end by. Right, it's kind of similar scripture to the Mark 13 and 7th verse 8. Then Luke 21 and 8. So it's like a precept to that. Bring out, the extra scripture. So yeah, these things are definitely going to increase more and more and more. So with that, hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. For in the news of October 26, 2022 at 11:48 p.m. Central Standard Time on this Wednesday night. And so with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, pushing his word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I would say shalom and a ball.